Welcome to the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. I'm Adam McGrath and joined by Mark Olmos. Mark, a great day of racing ahead.
Yeah, one of my favourite race days of the year here over in Western Australia. A marvellous day. Amelia Park Karrakatta Plate Day. A couple of really nice features. The WA Oaks Group 3 level, $250,000 on offer. And, of course, the big main event, $500,000 Group 2 Amelia Park Karrakatta Plate. A great day of racing.
Yeah, really looking forward to that, and we'll be previewing all of the races here in the box seat. Let's take a look at the conditions that we are going to be faced with. The movable rail is at an inside position. We are going to see some easterly breezes again and some warmer weather, which will be interesting to see if there is a pattern, but we know when the rail's an inside, they can run on a little bit more, so I expect it to be a bit more neutral than we saw on Wednesday, where you definitely wanted to be in those first four. Mark, let's try find a winner in the first. It's a 1,200 metre maiden event.
Yes, the James Bogues Premium Maiden over 1,200. A really intriguing affair with plenty of chances, but our replay horse, Adam, right down the bottom there, She Bangs the Drum, running second 2 starts ago.
Then 2 lengths, Warbo and Grado Acquaintance, and Desidor headed the remainder. She Bangs the Drum raced up to Reigns of Monty as Parnham goes to work on Keeper's Tail, and when they go to the 150, Keeper's Tail on the outside, but She Bangs the Drum with the shadow roll, digs in and fights hard, but Keeper's Tail now gains the upper hand, and Keeper's Tail beat home She Bangs the Drum. Warbo and
It was a nice performance here by She Bangs the Drum. That was, of course, on debut, but you are going back all the way to January, and since then this horse has only had the one other start, and that was in February. Comes into this race fresh, has placed at the track and distance. The form lines around Mostiara are good enough to win this race. There's no doubt about that at all, but she has been out for a while, so I've just got a couple of question marks.
Yeah, maiden taking on the more seasoned gallopers last start behind Mostiara. Still fair, beaten only 3 lengths. Really like the effort on debut, though. You swap the runs with Keeper's Tail and she probably wins that race. Adam, in the race, we've also got number 3, A Night of Pro. Those form lines have been franked.
Yeah, they certainly have. Of course, last start was just caught by Regal Class, and I mean just. It took every last stride and ability from William Pike to catch this galloper. That was over the 1,400 metres. Now, Regal Class has come out and won again since we saw that Wednesday in the final race of the day. They dropped back to the 1,200 metres. They've drawn a much handier gate. In an open race, I still think this is probably the horse to beat.
I know you said at the top you're expecting there could be gallopers to run on. I'm of the opposite opinion. I think you might want to be near the front, and number 2 Victorious Lad will be there. Was a bit tardy away last start, but gave her a good side out in front and was just grabbed by Nightbeat.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. Look, I think they'll be able to run on a bit more than Wednesday, but I still think you want to be in those first 2 or 3 pairs when it comes to race day, and Victorious Lad is going to be exactly there from barrier 5. When you go back to last prep, you just have to keep highlighting the run behind Who Dat Singer and even horses like From Mons. So I've got a bit of time for this galloper. It's had 9 starts. It's placed on 8 occasions, so you know that it does struggle to get its head in front, but in a field like this, it certainly has to be a chance. I'm going to go with number 3, A Night of Pro here, from 2 Victorious Lad, 10 Spiritual Lift, and 5 Excellent Jerry.
I've got the replay horse on top here. She Bangs the Drum, number 12, from the 2 Victorious Lad, 4 Sunset Pete, and 7 Just Like That.
Race number 2 at Ascot, it is over the 1,000 metres. Now, Mark, there's only the 7 runners in this, but I reckon if you ran it 70 times, each single one of them would win it 10 times.
Yes, I dare say they've all got chances in this, but one of these Iron Fillies return in Dainty Test. She does have to lug around 59 kilos. Let's watch her last start, back on the 28th of Jan, beating G-Boss.
Willing into the straight, Dainty Test led them for home at the 300 over G-Boss. Speeding Comet undisclosed, called upon by Turner at the 200 though. Dainty Test in front of G-Boss, undisclosed, can't get to them. It's Dainty Test, G-Boss, G-Boss and Dainty Test. Dainty Test, G-Boss went stride for stride. Dainty Test has won it.
It's a nice performance there by Dainty Test, and a strong performance carrying 56.5 kilos. Look, we've seen her win with 58.5. We know that she can carry weight, but this is a huge test. There is so much speed in this race, but there's so much ability as well. When you see a horse like Scalpel carrying 54 kilos, Glimmer Girl with the blinkers going on and carrying 54 kilos, and she has to give them 5 kilos. I just wonder if the task is going to be too much. The only positive I can see in this race for her is that literally every other galloper wants to lead, and maybe they put too much speed in this race and she runs over top of them, but I just don't think this is the event for her.
Yeah, I still think having to give these gallopers weight, she'll want to be near the front, won't want to have to do too much chasing with 59 kilos on her back. Number 5, Glimmer Girl, the interesting one. She's opened up at very big odds. The pulling bit comes off and the blinkers go on. 1,800 down to 1,000 suggests that they're trying to work with her. We mentioned this last start before she was scratched, but they're trying to work with her. Just let her go, let her run, and I think Chris Parnham could get to the front and be very, very hard to catch.
Well, if they're working with her, you only have to go back to those 2 runs over 1,100 metres where they beat Lord Devoutly and then also Star Glitter. Now, those performances, again, I thought the 1,100 may be too short, but there was good enough speed in the race. With the blinkers going on and the speed in this race as well, she'll be a one tackling the line. I'm happy to be on her here.
Number 4, Snow Lord as well, beat Floyd last start. Floyd, not everything right there. He may have pulled up with a virus, according to the camp there. William Pike elects to ride this one.
Yeah, that's a big point. Elects to ride. I believe he was offered both, and he has gone with Snow Lord. I know they've got a good opinion of this gelding by Universal Ruler. Drawn nice. It was a good win last start. The 54.5 kilos are dropping from 58. Certainly going to be a bonus. But I'm going to go with number 5, Glimmer Girl. Each way odds here from 7, Scalpel. Number 4, Snow Lord, and 3, Cramden.
Yeah, 5 stands out for me too. Out of number 5, Glimmer Girl, from the 4, Snow Lord, 1, Dainty Tess, and 3, Cramden.
Race number 3 at Ascot. It's over the 2,200 metres, and Mark, the replay that we're going to take a look at was almost the perfect quaddie for William Pike.
Yes, it was. Just nabbed late by Shintamani. Let's have a look at the replay of Royal Supreme.
Black with the outside challenging. A length away, Street Bandit getting an inside run. So's Calvin. Down the outside comes Kalur Bazaar, and here comes Pike as well on Royal Supreme with Shintamani coming with it. On the inside, Royal Supreme, Shintamani. Shintamani the outside, Royal Supreme the inner. Royal Supreme, Shintamani. Shintamani.
I thought it was a really good performance here by Royal Supreme. William Pike was really honest with us leading into the race. He said this was his toughest chance when he'd already rode the winners in race 5, 6 and 7. It was a game performance on that occasion, had stepped up from the 1,800 metres to the 22, settled nicely and showed a really nice turn of foot. I think for that run there's going to be much better, drawn in barrier 4, which is a nice tick. Then you look at the speed of Trap for Full, Sonnen, Shaylo. It's going to be run at a nice tempo, which again I think just adds to Royal Supreme getting a big tick for this race.
Don't expect any odds though, will be very short, I dare say. Another interesting runner is number 3. There was another good effort in that same race. Hopefully should have come on since that run.
Well, from that performance, there's horses like Blackwood in the same race and Blustery as well and Proxy, but Warzar was held up at just the key time when this horse tried to let down. You can see it try to push through the gap, had to wait, and then when got out, really attacked the line. I was quite impressed by the run. You only have to go back 3 starts to go as well, beaten 0.8 lengths by Topper to Warzar and 11 seconds in that run. We've seen where 11 seconds has gone on since. So I think Warzar, with the speed in the race, is going to appreciate that and show a nice turn of foot as well.
As you saw in the replay there as well, Blustery finished off well to be only beaten 3.5 lengths. It may look like she stepped up in class and didn't handle it. She was actually wide and she had plenty of excuses. When she's wide, speaking to Todd Harvey, she just wants to get her head in the air. So with a bit of cover and then let loose at the 600 metres, should go well again.
Yeah, she loves to be covered up, doesn't she? From barrier 7, they'll be hoping for the same again. I thought it was a good performance as well, as was Blackwood and Proxy in the same race. There's not too much between all of those, but I think Royal Supreme's a standout here. From number 3, Warzar, 9 Proxy after having that run over the 2,200 metres, and number 4, Blackwood.
Two on top for me, the replay horse Royal Supreme, from the 7, Blustery, 11 Trap for Fools, back to Open Age Company, and 3, Warzar.
Race number 4 at Ascot. It's over the 1,400 metres mark. There's an iron horse up the top which just continues to put in some nice performances, but it's going to have it up against it with some younger horses really just breathing down its neck in this race.
Yeah, Settlers Creek you speak of, coming in for his 17th start this preparation, but our replay horse number 10, Pushing Shapes, run a nice second behind Galaxy Star.
Wheeling around the corner though, and Foreseen spotted the judge first, tackled on the outside by the cobbler Dusha Zachitsky. Pike bides his time with Galaxy Star. He now gives it a little rub on the ribs, and Galaxy Star's dashed up quickly, hit the front now, Pushing Shapes giving chase. He snuck a cheeky look over the right shoulder, Pike, and Galaxy Star drew clear, came away and scored effortlessly.
Well, this is one of those younger horses that'll be breathing down its neck, the 4-year-old. It's certainly going along nicely this prep. Last run behind Galaxy Star was good. I thought the debut, well, the first up run was brilliant, beating Skellig on that occasion. From barrier 3 with 55.5 kilos, I think this horse is going to be really suited. There's not too much speed in this race. You've got Ros Martini, which will push forward. Look, Vidello Blues first up. Woodsville, it's too short. Wrinkly can roll forward as well. So I think they're going to be in the box seat and they're going to get a great run throughout.
On number 6, Ripper Rio, Grant and Alana Williams train. The first up run was good, found a bit of traffic, went heavily back from about 270 to 180 in a matter of minutes. The tongue tie on, William Pike jumps on for Jared Noski. He has to be considered a good chance again.
Yeah, certainly does. You mentioned about just trying to get that clear room. The other thing was just bumped the entire straight. Just kept getting knocked as they were really trying to let down. I took a lot from that performance. I thought we just saw that Ripper Rio had returned in in style. I think the extra 200 metres here is ideal.
Number 3 there, Ros Martini, ran in the AHA Cup at Bunbury there. Look, ninth on that occasion, wasn't her usual self. Something may have been amiss with her internally, something viral, but look, back down to 1400 metres with a bit of freshness in the legs. I expect to see a better showing.
Yeah, certainly, 3.5 lengths off material, man, for a 4-year-old mare. It still wasn't anything to sneeze at. It's a pretty good performance. She drops down to the 1400 metres here. The big lead, I think, is that Jason Whiting elects to ride something else, but I think with not much speed in the race, with Aaron Mitchell taking the ride for Simon Miller, Sauce is going to get out in front, nice and comfy. He's been given a little rest up and I think can run a pretty good race here, but I think the horse to beat is number 6, Ripper Rio, from 10, Push and Shapes, 3, Ros Martini, and 7, Wrinkly.
Same Cornella as you for me, Adam, just a different order. Number 10 on top, Push and Shapes, from the 6, Ripper Rio, 4, Travelin', and 1, Settlers Creek.